Hi, Allison. Thank you very much for agreeing to be interviewed today. If you just like to let me know a bit about your coaching practice and what made you decide to become a coach.
Hi, Marika. Happy to be here today. Uh, what made me decide to become a coach? I think I've always been interested in personal development, even when I was 18 years old. And it wasn't till I had kind of like a mini life crisis or a reassessment of my life that I decided that all the knowledge and information that I collected about personal development, I just wanted to help other people with it. And that's what started Bright Life Coaching.
Okay, so it was always there as a goal of yours in your mind.
Not as a goal so much, but it was always been my main interest and my main passion. And I never really had the confidence to start a coaching business or helping other people. And it was, like I said, it was more at 45, what am I going to do with my life? How am I going to make meaning out of it? And that's when I finally had the courage to actually start doing the coaching and starting to help other people with it. And I've loved it. It's a really good choice.
Okay, so you talked about hitting a point in your life and deciding to go for it. What was involved in making that happen? What were the changes that you needed to make?
The main change in that was actually having some confidence and feeling like that I could make a difference in the world. Um, and yeah, just recognizing that a passion is something to follow. It's to use and utilize as best you can. And I think the other thing, not just confidence, is a desire to serve people with the gifts that I have or with the knowledge that I have.
So, what were some of the things that you did to help you overcome that confidence block?
Um, well, lots of things really. Um, every morning, and I've been doing this for many years now, probably 30 years. Every morning I write my fears and I kind of get them out on paper so I see them clearly, and from there I can look at them more objectively. And also, there's other tools that you can use to grow confidence. Is when you have that inner critic sitting on your shoulder. Often people don't have confidence because they've got that inner negative critic. And what you do is you just thank the inner critic and change your thoughts about yourself. Like confidence is just a perspective about yourself. There's nothing real about being lacking in confidence or having confidence. It's just your perspective about yourself and your values. So it's changing your mindset really is the best way to increase your confidence.
So, when you're thinking about that, taking a change in direction in life, obviously you had a moment in time where you started to think about it. What prompted that thought process? Was it a change
Uh,
in a circumstance or?
there was actually I did an amazing personal development course, which kind of just gave me the courage, really, to start moving forward to something that I really wanted.
And I was just thinking about if somebody's sort of finding themselves in a position where they're thinking about a change in their life,
Mhm.
are there any steps that you would suggest about helping them find that clarity? In your case, you took a course and that helped sort of solidify that direction.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, definitely. Um, the main things to use, and I use them today with my decision making, is knowing what you value in life. Like we all act according to the hierarchy of our values. So we'll act on the top 7 to 10 of our values. So if you value balance, or you value family, or you value health, you'll act according to that, regardless of what goals you set. You'll always, on a day-to-day basis, make decisions so that you are doing the things that are important to you according to your values. So to be able to give yourself clarity, you need to know what your values are, And also your core emotional needs. There's 6 core emotional needs: certainty, variety, significance, love and connection, growth and contribution. And human beings are always trying to meet these core emotional needs as well, even like unconsciously. So looking at those and looking at how, if your goal will help you meet these core emotional needs and to what degree they'll meet them. So I use the values and the core emotional needs exercises for everybody who wants clarity about what direction they want to head for, whether it's career or family. Yeah, that's the important thing: values and core needs.
So, when you've identified that,
Mm-hmm.
what are some of the steps that you've used to take that from being right? I understand more about where I want to go into that step of taking the action.
Okay. Um, well, sorry, can you repeat the question because I want to be able to answer it correctly.
I was just thinking when you're looking at working through with someone and saying, right, we've identified the values that are important, we've identified a goal, a direction in life that we now want to travel in.
Mm.
What are some of the steps that you would recommend to start looking at in order to travel from that, right, here's what I'd like to do, into here's what I'm actually doing?
Okay. Well, I'm kind of a great advocate for baby steps. Like, I believe success breeds success. So just taking more small steps on the path where you want to go towards your goal. And the important thing is progressing, not stopping or stagnating. So just keep moving forward, keep working on, your limiting beliefs or your sabotaging strategies so that you just keep heading towards the goal you want to achieve. I believe perseverance is the main way to succeed, never giving up. But just keep learning along the process and taking small steps. And also, like, the one of the main things that really helps and keeps you moving forward is just believing in yourself, believing that you're worth it. That alone can help you keep that motivation going towards the goal that you want to achieve.
Okay, I was just thinking about one of the problems that often comes up. It's that procrastination
Mm,
issue where people sort of think, right, it's too hard to fit into my current life. I've got this issue, I've got that issue. But one of the big things is that whole I don't have time for this,
mm,
particularly if you are juggling family as well as just daily life.
mm.
What are some of the steps that can help break through that procrastination barrier?
Yeah, well, uh, there's sort of two parts to it. To overcome procrastination, one of the things you can do is just get a little bit curious or a little bit interested about the task or the thing that you want to do. You can't usually move from procrastination to motivation. You kind of need to take that in small steps as well. But if you think that it's too hard to fit into your current daily life, I think you only need to think about people like Richard Branson, who runs, 3 different businesses, or there's people that run 3 or 4 different businesses and they have a family, and they all started somewhere. They all started in the same place that we did, with families, feeling like they couldn't do it, but they started and they just kept heading towards the direction that they wanted to go, and that's, they end up successful and, like I said, managing a few businesses. You kind of work out systems that will help you fit everything in. I think if what you want to do is really important to you, you find a way to manage it in your family. And that's what I find with some of the clients that come to me. They're often mums, they've been at home with the kids for maybe 7 to 9 years or more, being a parent, and they come to me and they want to start running a business or get back into a career or start a new career, and they don't know how they're going to find the time to do it. But when we work together, once they're motivated to act towards their goal, they easily find the time. Do you know? Like they easily find the way to delegate all the things that they don't like the ironing and the dishes, and um, yeah, it's like it's almost just getting your motivation right and getting your reasons of why you want to do this right, and then you easily find the time. Finding time is not really a problem. It's a reason or excuse people have, but if people are genuinely motivated and genuinely want to do something, they'll find the time. That's my opinion.
No, I can understand that one. I think that comes up for me a lot.
Mm.
I was just thinking around that motivation. I mean, in your own experience and through your clients, is there something that you find helps keep that on track when you are hitting those obstacles? Is it dialing back into the passion, or have you found that there are some techniques you can use?
Dialing back into the passion is a really good technique. Like if you're passionate about something, doing a little bit of it every day helps keep that passion alive. So that's really good. Like again, don't stop, don't sort of wait for something to happen. Just keep acting on that passion. And also just reconnecting with your values and your priorities and what's important for you. And reconnecting with the big why. You know, why you're doing this. What does study or changing career or what does this goal really provide you with? Reconnecting with that big why, that helps create the motivation. And with mums who are, say, getting back into the workforce or wanting to study, what we go through in one of the sessions is reminding them the benefits to their family of them actually starting their career or starting studying. And one of the benefits is being a great role model to their children, a role model of a person that is fulfilled and happy and confident in what they're doing, in achieving their goal, and they're also raising their family. So um, yeah, there's a few things there. Looking into their values, their big why, doing a bit of their passion, and reminding themselves of the benefits to their family.
Okay, great. That sounds like that's the core of it, really. Is that the one thing that you'd really focus on, darling? Thinking about that why. So is that your sort of key piece of advice, or is there something else that you'd say, right? If anything that we're talking about today, the one thing that you'd sort
Mm-hmm.
of say, hang on to that, and that's you know a good way of moving forward.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say the most beneficial thing to move forward is valuing yourself. It's the most important thing you can do, because if you value yourself, you believe in your worth, then you will go through the things that you want to do. And that takes work to value yourself and believe in your worth. You know, there's little steps to take, but it is the most important thing of all. Valuing who you are, what's important to you, valuing you as a person, that you're unique. There's no one else on the earth like you, and that your desires and dreams are unique to you as well. And I believe that you have them for a reason. You have them because they're a thing that you want to move forward to and achieve. And so, yeah, valuing your desires, but valuing who you are as a person. You know, we all have so much to offer the world. Um, and when we value ourselves, we're in a better position to be able to offer that.
Okay, that sounds like that's a really good starting point. And like you said, it sounds like it also taps back into the confidence issue.
Mm, yeah, for sure. Like confidence is a big thing. Like the one thing, um, one important thing that will keep you going is that belief in yourself. Like with my coaching business, that hasn't all been clear sailing. Um, and often I've kind of thought about, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it. And what that really was a lack of belief in myself and a lack of belief that I could make a difference. And of course, I do a life coaching session with me and then get back that belief in myself, the belief that I can make a difference, the belief that the passions and the desires that I have are they're very worthy and they're worth sharing with other people.
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's been great talking to you. I've certainly gained quite a few tips listening to you talking.
Well, that's
Um,
good.